Company that continues to be in the news for all the wrong reasons of late, Paytm Payments Bank. We now know that Vijay Shekhar Sharma has quit the board of Paytm Payments Bank. This announcement, of course, comes weeks after RBI barred Paytm Payments Bank from either receiving deposits or credits from customers, essentially asking it to cease operations, and that order will also be kicking in from 10th of March, 15th of March, I beg your pardon. The initial deadline was 29th of February. The new deadline is 15th of March, post which Paytm Payments Bank, in a way, will cease to exist. What happens to the company?
Right. Before that, what did happen is the fact that you have Vijay Shekhar Sharma stepping down from the board of the Paytm Payments Bank. And many were wondering why is this happening? Some were even speculating that is it Vijay Shekhar Sharma washing his hands of a troubled situation, of a troubled bank like the Paytm, troubled part of his business like Paytm Payments Bank, none of which is true. The fact of the matter is that you have Vijay Shekhar Sharma now taking an effort to something that's been questioned always. Why is there no Chinese wall between the payments business and the rest of the business of Paytm? Why is it the Paytm Payments Bank, in terms of data, in terms of so many things, you have no
free flow
of data and information between Paytm Payments Bank and the rest of the payments business of Paytm. So and Vijay Shekhar Sharma continued to be heading both those businesses. So this, in a way, is the step in the right direction for Vijay Shekhar Sharma, so that the bank is run by a separate group of people that doesn't involve him. And to let the regulator know that they are taking the compliance norms seriously, that these two are separate business. The Paytm Payments Bank is a separate business, going to be run by a separate bunch of people. Although Vijay Shekhar Sharma is going to be the one on the board of 197 Communications that heads Paytm, but the fact of the matter is that the Payments Bank is a separate license which is being given by the Reserve Bank of India to a company like Paytm, and that means that has to have a sanctity in terms of the people who are running the Paytm Payments Bank. So step number one seems to be Vijay Shekhar Sharma moving away from Paytm Payments Bank and moving into the only and being on the board of only the Paytm Payments business. So going forward, and now we are on the 28th of February. We still have about 2 weeks left. Wondering what other moves, actually, if you ask me, that Vijay Shekhar Sharma will be taking to let the regulator know that after so many of these reminders and warnings, and finally something like you have to wrap up this business and not take on onboard any new customers. That kind of a directive from the Reserve Bank of India coming in, which made a lot of people turn around and wonder what happened exactly at Paytm, who's a star as far as fintech players in India is concerned. How come they did not do enough to follow compliance norms as far as the KYC norms are concerned? How come is it that are we looking at a situation where the customer, the payments bank customer and then the payments customer, there is no difference between the two of them? There is no distinction between the two of them. So all of these concerns being raised, if this can be the starting point, I'm hoping there can be.
But it's a bit too late, as some would say, Krishna, at this point. Warnings after warnings, as you rightly mentioned, given out by RBI to Paytm Payments Bank to ensure that it is in compliance with the law of the land. That did not happen. And now, after that damning ruling by RBI asking it to cease operations, literally without actually taking away the license, I mean, that is, of course, something that may just happen, follow through now, and it has very limited impact on Paytm Payments Bank, since the operations will ultimately cease here on. It may look like it's a bit too late from Vijay Shekhar Sharma to step down. He could have taken better measures. He could have, stepped in time when RBI was issuing those warnings.
Absolutely. I'm not arguing with you on that point at all, Shweta, because, it is, you're talking about 15 days to go and suddenly you woke up now to figure out the fact that you should not be on the board of Paytm Payments Bank. It does seem all that late. I'm not saying that, but you know me, I'm an eternal optimist. I'm still hoping that Vijay Shekhar Sharma and Paytm will be able to turn things around from here. Let's not take away from the fact that things are not ideal, far from ideal for Paytm and Vijay Shekhar Sharma. This is not the situation that they want to find themselves in when something like the Payments Bank license, which they had to work hard to get, they have to, they're looking at a situation where they have to give up that license, and then you are looking at a situation, we are already going through a situation where competitors are eating up their market share. It's such a competitive market right now, especially with the arrival of UPI, and then sort of that democratizing financial transactions and digital financial payments in this country. So yes, it does seem a little too late, but even this announcement at this stage, if this can be a last-ditch effort to salvage, some of the business of Paytm, then why not?
And we'll have to see, of course, if RBI takes a note of Vijay Shekhar Sharma stepping down and perhaps relook at its order as far as Paytm Payments Bank is concerned. But what we do know that fintech players at the moment are unsure. They are a bit jittery, and they will be meeting Finance Minister. Finance Minister has called for a meeting to ensure, to assuage them that all is well as long as you are in compliance with the law of the land.
Right. In fact, it's going to be monthly meetings from here on, so which means that the Finance Ministry is also stepping into the situation, taking it seriously, because one is then all these arguments about are fintech players taking, if somebody would look at the India's fintech space and start saying things like are fintech players just because they're stars, taking the system for granted, taking compliance for granted, taking KYC norms for granted. You don't want a situation like that where the fintech players get painted in a negative way simply because they are going to be the lifeline of digital India going forward, enabling financial transactions, digital financial transactions. So it is heartening to see the fact that you have the Finance Ministry actively, proactively stepping in the situation. And it's not just like one message, one directive, one guideline, nothing. We will meet every month. We will talk about what is going on in India's fintech industry every month, what is happening with compliance, what is happening with the business. So to ensure that we don't have a Paytm-like situation going forward. From the looks of it all, that's what I'm able to understand. You have Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman taking an active role in making sure that instead of, in a sense, herding India's fintech space to make sure that, you have to do your business, you have to be aggressive about expanding. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing wrong in that, but you also are not above the law of the land. There can't be any exception when it comes to meeting compliance norms. So you have to do both of them simultaneously, and for that, if the Finance Ministry can step in and sort of handhold India's fintech industry so that it doesn't run up against the norms of the Reserve Bank of India regulator, which is doing its job at the end of the day. A lot of people looking at RBI coming down hard on Paytm. Is it clipping wings of Paytm? No. The Reserve Bank of India is responsible to the people of India.
Absolutely.
To ensure the fact that so many people.
Consumer interest. That is what RBI has maintained so far, that every decision that we've taken, which may look like it's against Paytm, is actually in favor of consumers. Consumer protection is at the center of what RBI does.
Absolutely.
But a very important step there from the Finance Ministry to meet and to get all the fintech players together at the end of each month to ensure they are heard and their problems are addressed at a core level by Finance Ministry and of course then by RBI. But for all those fintech players which are not sure at the moment of a developing climate where it does seem like RBI may be coming down heavily for non-compliance, Finance Ministry in the country taking proactive measures there to ensure that it meets with all of them end of the month, every month from this month onward.